Alright, here's another example, and we've got lots of stuff going on here. We've got an amplitude change, we have a period change, and we have a phase shift. First thing we want to do is identify the A, and the B, and the C, and the D. So A is 3, B is 2, our phase shift is a positive pi over 4, and D is 0. Then we want to calculate the period. So that's 2 pi divided by B. B is 2. So our period is going to be pi. So the next thing we want to do is graph the pure graph cosine graph that has a period of pi. So remember, it starts with a maximum at 0. There's a maximum at 1. And then let's spread the scale out here a little bit. Let's let this be pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and pi. There we go. So we start and end the maximum, and then we've got halfway through we've got a minimum, and then we've got x-intercepts 1/4 and 3/4 away through the period. And then we just connect them. Alright, so that's the cosine graph with the new period. So the next thing we want to do is we want to apply our, let's apply our amplitude. So that means that the maximum is now going to go up to 3, and the minimum goes down to -3. So if you move one up, you got to move the other up. And then our x-intercepts do not change. So we're just going to connect those. That looks really stretched out. Okay, and then the last step is changing colors, is our phase shift. So that means all the critical points move to the right pi over 4. So let's look at the lavender one here. So this critical point, this maximum, moves to the right pi over 4. And while we're up here, let's move this one to the right pi over 4. And of course that location is going to be 5 pi over 4. The minimum down here moves to the right pi over 4. And each of the x-intercepts move to the right pi over 4. And then I'm just going to connect those. And then up to the maximum. And don't forget to indicate which one is the final graph. Alright, wow, good stuff here. Period change, amplitude change, and phase shift. And that's how you do the graphing.